Okay, Twitch chat, hello. Welcome to the end of week 2. Have a double header for you guys tonight. It was originally gonna be a triple header, but some last minute delays will mean that we are going to move that game to another date TBD. But don't you worry, still 2 more games on the cards for tonight. In game 1, it will be Support Diff, fresh off their first loss from last night against Chile's Angels, 2-1, versus Pokey Card, who were victorious in their matchup against Double Jungle Gap at 2-2. And at 9 p.m. to round out the week, it will be a battle of the undefeated teams. Andyland 2-0 versus Chile's Angels 4-0, looking to maintain their hot streak to open Season 2 of Do It Big. Season 2, let's get it poppin'. We're about 4 minutes from checking in with the captains in the first game. Once we get that set up, we'll get right on going. Get hype. Hello, Mr. Bidao. Hello,
Hello.
Grant. Hello, Simone. Hello, Knock.
What's
Welcome
up?
to the Peanut Gallery. I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited. Chungus is 35 minutes into a TFT game, so he should be out right on time.
Yeah, dude, all I know is I can't wait for
Yeah,
tonight's
man.
game.
Your team taking the week off
Oh,
after
dude.
going 0-3, so hopefully you're gonna come back with a vengeance next week.
I mean, we're just excited. We're about to go 11-3. You know.
Yeah, I feel it. I feel it. I'll be honest, I don't even care. I just want to interview Kevin some more.
Well, you'll be excited to know that you're gonna be interviewing him all the way to finals, dude.
Okay, okay. Alright, so Miss Killer, aka Noctran, representing his captain here for Team Strag. So hopefully we'll get some stragglers wandering into the finals of Season 2. Okay.
5 stragglers to be specific.
5 stragglers, to be specific. True. Okay. Do me a favor today, Twitch chat. If I suddenly get a lot quieter than you're normally used to, let me know. My mic is apparently way too sensitive, so if I move it 1 millimeter, it like starts not picking up my voice. So if you're wondering where the sultry tones of Mr. Rogerino went, they're still here. I just might have moved my mic a little bit too far. Okay. What up, Mr. Chungus?
Hello.
How were the TFT ladders today?
Pretty good. I'm pretty close to GM. I'm like 50 off.
Nice. Are you still
But
playing
GM,
Warlords?
Jesus.
Yeah, we're climbing. Took me so long to set.
Hmm.
I don't like set 4. Set 3 I did Challenger, but set 4 I can only hit GM.
Damn.
It's doomed.
Is it because of the chosen mechanics? Just too much RNG or what?
I think so. It's less so about big traits. It's more about playing small synergies.
The Piba?
Yeah, kind of like people, but you have to do it like throughout the entire game, and you have to be able to pivot really well. Yeah, it's kind of like set 2.
Yeah. I feel like that's good skill expression though, no?
Yeah, it is. I'm just not good enough to be in top 100 anymore.
I see,
But
I see.
they opened a lot more spots. Challenger's
Right.
250 spots now.
Oh, damn. What's the
And
cutoff,
GM
like
is
LP-wise?
750. Challenger, you have to be above 500 LP. There's only 60 people in it. So if you go above 500, you're automatically in. Right now.
Gotcha. Alright. Well, as we get close here to game 1 of the night, I am in the lobby. Let's get my co-casters in here. And then we'll also start getting support diff in here as well. There is Captain Selena. Where's everybody else? Bows. Bop. My. Now, is this something that like I'm not aware of? Like, is this like Vietnamese or something? I was made potentially aware that Bop My Cup may not actually be Bop My Cup. It might be another.
Yeah. So, am I allowed to say this on stream?
Yeah, dude, do it.
All right. So, I mean, bup means grab or
Oh,
like
okay.
mine mean that's English.
Yep. Are we talking like Donald Trump levels or like?
Yeah, this is what I would call like locker room talk. So,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. All right, say less, like literally. Okay, so finally get some understanding behind that name, I guess. Good for me. I don't want to call him Bot My Cup because I feel like it's a little bit more PG. But okay, we have both teams in here, hopefully ready to go. On
Your
left side,
pronunciation is spot on. I gotta say.
Bot My Cup.
No, except for the last part, but
Oh, okay. All right. I'm gonna keep pronouncing it that way though. Okay. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, we do have both teams in here. Support Diff on blue side, Pokecard on red side. As is tradition by now, we will hear from both captains. So I'm gonna get them in the chat. So we'll get the captains in here. Get some interview questions. And we'll get the game started. Puggers.
Hello.
Alright, there is Joel. Hello, hello. Good morning, my friend. Selena, as always, just taking a little bit more time, but there she is.
Maybe I didn't see the messages.
It's okay, it's okay. Well, both captains are here now. As the blue side captain, Selena, you will get the first question of the night. I feel like, we've done enough of these post or press conference fillers, so I'm just gonna ask you, Selena. Explain Bop My Cup's name for the audience because
Wait a
that's your
minute.
team member. Knock offered me a little bit of clarity, but I want to hear it from the source himself. What does it mean?
Wait a minute. If you want to hear from the source,
Actually,
you gotta pull Andrew in right now.
Okay,
Just
let's
pull
do it.
him in.
Let's do it.
I don't want to mistranslate anything.
Okay, that's a fair shout. All right, Andrew, we're gonna deviate a little bit from the usual captain's interviews here. I asked Selena about the etymology of your name. Would you mind clarifying to Twitch chat without violating TOS potentially the inspiration behind your name?
So how you originally interpreted it, my name to be like, misspelled for cup.
Yeah.
May not have been
correct.
But
okay.
I was willing to let that slide.
Yeah.
My name is Bop My Goop. Bop is basically wheeze. My is
my.
Yeah. Goo is Vietnamese, word for genitalia.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Okay. All right. So basically, we have the Vietnamese Donald Trump in season 2 here. Okay. Well, I'm glad I could clear that up. I'm glad we clear that up. I don't think we violated TOS, thankfully. But all right. Thank you for that insight. Okay. Thanks, Andrew. Thanks, Selena. Meanwhile, for Joel's team, Joel, fresh off a win from last night, but I don't think there are any Zoomers on the opposing team. So, what is your classroom strategy for trying to school a bunch of adults?
Yeah, I'm not nearly as confident today. I don't have the age gap between the teams. But I think we have a secret strategy that we'll reveal after the game. But I think we're okay.
Ooh, okay, all right. So secret
Dude,
stats.
I want to see Lucy on Ari mid. Is that the secret strategy?
I will tell you, Lucy will likely go mid at some point, but I'm not. It's not going to happen today. Sorry, Knock.
Ah, shit, dude.
All right. Well, don't spoil it too much, Knock. Secret strat should remain secret. Okay, well, with that, thank you to both captains for an entertaining round of pre-game interviews. I'll let you guys go back to your teams. When you guys are ready, hit that start game button.
Yeah, good luck, Selena.
Good luck. Alright, peace.
Wow, Knock, you're pretty spot on with your explanation there. Well done.
Yeah, dude. The Vietnamese brothers speak to each other.
The Vietnamese brothers, man. Can't underestimate. Okay.
Imagine if we were on the same team. This tournament wouldn't even happen, dude. It would just be over.
Yeah? Why is that?
Because, dude, we're just gonna use some like high level warfare tactics, like guerrilla, like tunneling, Rek'Sai, Nami. The Vietnamese, the Rek'Sai tunnels. What else is like a Vietnamese?
Ivern to create more bushes to jump out of.
Ivern and Rengar, dude. Oh, this is actually some high level strat. You know it all, dude.
Yeah. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, this is not racist because Knock himself is making these jokes. Okay, it's not me. It's not me. All right. Don't get it twisted. And don't cancel me. As easy as it is in 2021. All right. I'm gonna grab a drink, so I'll be back in about 30 seconds. But if they start, they start. Okay. We are in 2. Champions select for game 1 of the night between Support Diff on the blue side and Pokey on the red side. Both teams with 2 wins apiece. Pokey with 1 more loss at 2-2 compared to 2-1 for Support Diff. What are you gonna expect here from either team? Any insights from either of my co-casters?
I don't really remember the left side, but we scrimmed against right side a bit, and we talked about how kind of their bot lane was needing to play a little more proactive. I think they were losing lanes that they shouldn't. I think with Elvis' team. So I want to see what kind of picks they bring in today.
Yeah.
There's a high chance of a Nami pick on red side, no? The past 2 games.
It has been 2 games for Pokey on Nami. That is true. Okay. Thus far, ban-wise, seems to be par the course now for support Diff. After the first 2 games, I have not seen Wukong. Would also expect a Vlad ban as well. In their only defeat of the season, Bao Bao played Poppy, so not as hard of a carry as the Wukong and the Vlad that he was able to have in games 1 and 2 for support Diff. Okay, let's see. We also got a couple more. Oh, this is the Pokey copy pasta. Premier League of Legends roster is this one. How can anyone defeat Sam I Am, quote, Top Canyon, quote, by Dr. Seuss? Or Joel, definitely not Floorsole in the mid lane. Derek out-eats cops, Humble Donut out-jungles everyone and their mother to boot. Plus, with the OG Dustin Pug Life Puppy Chow going mutts with the teamfight DPS, and Lucy Pokemon Fire Red catching them all in lane, the bot diff is real. How can anyone defeat such an overpowered roster? True. Oh, Now Tran trying his hand at some copy passes as well. Okay, but as we look at the actual game here, so this would be pretty bot lane focused so far. Kai'Sa gonna be first picked away here for support diff, gonna be matched by Jin Lulu by Pokecard. As a Jin aficionado, Mr. Bidao,
What's
what
up?
do you think about this Jin Lulu lane?
It's gonna be pretty lane dominant.
It should be, right?
Yeah, it should be lane dominant. Lulu has a lot of slows. Then Jin can land his roots if he hit the skill shot. Yep, that's about it.
Cool. All right. Both bot lanes are already locked in, it would appear. Obviously, Lulu does have the potential to go top, especially in this Moonstaff meta. But thus far, looks to be Jin and Lulu here. Okay, this is spicy. Our first Skarner, I believe, of the tournament in the hands of Ine. So the Crystal Scorpion going to be looking to impale Pokecard here. Fun fact.
Barbie and Hubbard.
Nah, there's no way. Okay, Olaf will be the pick here for Humble Donut. But yeah, so yesterday I talked about how Veigar was my first champion, Skarner is my second champion. Back in the days of Season 1, where you just AFK'd the jungle, bought 3 GP5 items, and came out at 15 minutes to the Triforce. Good times.
The Eagle Band.
So far, I think we're seeing the exact same bands that gave Chili's Angels the victory over Support did yesterday. I forget what their 5th ban was, but I remember being 4 top bans basically thrown at Bao Bao's. Maybe something more lane dominant like Aatrox, Renekton. Could take a. I could also see a Morg being banned away. Okay, nope.
Pantheon.
Pantheon will be the choice here. Bao Bao has played that. Predictions on last ban here. Malzahar? I know that Joel likes playing that. Okay, no, will end up being the Veigar. Okay, so bit of a reaction ban after Joel pulled that out yesterday to good effect against Double Jungle Gap. But both solo lanes still up for both teams. So let's see what they decide to go with here. I feel like especially Pokeguard's comp is still relatively malleable.
Maokai.
Okay, so Maokai in a game of chicken between who's going to pick the weak side top laner first, it will be Pokecard that blinks, locking in the Maokai. That should reserve then mid as the counter pick here for Pokecard.
Both teams almost always pick bot lane and jungle in first rotation, I've noticed.
Yeah, I think this has generally been the meta. Okay, so it looks like we will get a set coming out here, I would assume, for Bao Bao's. We can see set in the mid lane, but after the changes to the scaling on his Q, far less guaranteed damage coming out here for set. Going down to the last seconds here, might potentially be a placeholder. We shall see, but ooh.
Yeah.
Suddenly, this is looking to be a very dive-heavy comp here for support diff. Both Set and Diana are going to look into get into the middle of Pokecard here. Now, one thing to keep in mind, and it will be, it looks like a Malzahar hover here. Okay. So, Joel is very comfortable on this Malzahar, has that Hextech Malzahar skin to be able to spread the cube aids from those Malefic Visions. But, gonna be interesting here, the engage from support diff. Skarner has no choice but to just run in, which will mean that Maokai's ultimate, that Nature's Grasp, should have some good effect, but I think Diana's dash. Is it a dash or a blink? It feels like a blink.
It's a dash.
It is a dash. Okay, so it will get interrupted by Maokai ulti as well. Set with the showstopper will not. But if he eats the root first, I don't think he's able to showstopper out of it, right? Because it's a movement ability technically, or no?
I'm not sure. I feel like he can maybe. I'm not sure.
All right. Well, we'll have to pay
Not
attention
sure.
to we'll have to pay attention to that interaction here. But so thus far, I think Maokai is a solid pick here against this engage heavy comp coming out from support diff. Also going to be interesting to keep an eye out here on the Kaisa, as we've come to see thus far this tournament, less of a killer instinct ultimate and more of an enters instinct ultimate. So if Kaisa ultimates too early, by the way, Kaisa's ultimate is a dash, I know that for a fact. So if she
Yep.
ultimates the wrong way, she will just eat the Nature's Grasp and then die for free. So we're going to have to see if Bop my cup. I'm still gonna say cup because I don't want to get TOS'd by Vietnamese Twitch mods. We're gonna see if he is able to have the patience necessary to wait out that Nature's Grass coming in from Maokai.
Damn, Azola's gonna be a menace though. If he gets ahead, Lulu can just like ult and speed him up, and then he'll not like just run through their backline.
Yeah, and Diana, Set, Skarner all gonna be pretty immobile melees after they try to get in. So Olaf should be able to hit some fat Gore Drinkers as well. Gore Drinker still unnerfed for another week. Is it a week?
It comes out on Wednesday.
Okay, so
Yeah.
another few days. But that bruiser itemization of Sterix and Gore Drinker are going to be hit pretty heavily in 11.3.
It was Pick Ben in lock-in finals today. Olaf Blabber played a bunch of it.
Makes sense.
They ended up
Champs.
losing, right?
Yeah, they lost, but he did well on it, I think.
Yeah.
He only played Udyr and Olaf.
Dude, I want Blabber to play more Kindred, man. His Kindred is insane. Just the biggest balls.
Did both teams have to get QSS this game for Malzahar
Yeah.
or Skarner? I wonder who's
Yeah.
gonna buy it first.
Well, yeah. I feel like if you're Pokey card, you have a lot easier time stuffing Skarner than Pokey card or than support div has an easier time stuffing Malzahar though.
Yeah, I agree.
It's true.
But hopefully, I think what we're gonna see here is some more pick-oriented focus, coming out from both teams. Thus far, I feel like the tournament has been about who can press all 5 of their R's better than their opponent. That's the tournament. As it develops, I hope that we start to see maybe some more pick-oriented, skirmish-oriented comps. Get some playstyle developments to counter this. Even something like a 4-1 split push comp, I think could be interesting. Can be a good way to punish a lot of these more team fight oriented compositions coming out from the majority of the teams thus far. Okay, well, with that, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to start loading in here to game 1 of the night. Again, on blue side, it will be support diff. On red side, it will be Pokey card. Get hype. Right away, I think one thing I want to point out, phase rush on both Diana and Skarner. I usually see Diana go electrocute, I feel like. No?
Yeah, Electric Duck Harvest.
Yeah. Skarner, meanwhile, phase rush, it kind of sounds nice, but it doesn't help him get on top of people. It more helps him stay on top of people once he is on top of them. I don't know. I haven't played enough Skarner recently. I feel like phase rush is fine, but will be interesting to see how reliably he can proc that, because that is going to be the key to success for him. Meanwhile, we have Ghost on Olaf here, as opposed to Flash, which to me makes sense. Just trying to run towards the backline as much as possible. I don't think Flash is too necessary. Kaisa, not as mobile as say someone like Ezreal, where it necessitates a Flash. But we will see. We will see.
Yeah, Bao AZ taking Ignite in the top lane, so there's no TP for him.
Mhm.
Oh.
But
Interesting.
Maokai took Aftershock. Usually you see Grasp, right?
Yeah.
So I guess Maokai's really playing to not get all in, but I feel like if you're set, you make him proc Aftershock with 1Q, and then you re-engage, because Aftershock has that 45-second cooldown. I feel like it's going to be a very volatile top lane. Especially since it looks like Olaf wants to start topside here, which will mean he'll be pathing away from Maokai. We saw this issue in Pokecard's loss against excuse me, I want to say Andyland, where the Cho'Gath, who didn't know how how his feast stacks worked, was ganked by an Olaf early at 3 minutes in a weak side matchup. So
I like the Raptors start.
okay, yeah, good point here.
Raptors maybe run straight to Skarner's blue buff. If
Yeah,
they know
it could
that
be an
that's
invade
not
here
bad.
coming out, but if he does invade, he will be spotted by. Oh, look at this nice little ward, that Riot fist bump ward again. Pick up there.
Well,
The only
Aftershock-
problem with this start, if you're Olaf, is that you're relatively low on mana. I think you'll basically have enough for about 2 or 3 axes, which means depending on whether you use them to either fight Skarner or to start a camp, will mean that he's pretty low on mana for fighting. Sorry, you were gonna say something, B, I think?
never mind. Is irrelevant now, I think.
Okay. Well, speaking of relevance, Set is super relevant against this Maokai right now. Maokai's on 1 CS, has a huge wave crashing into his tower. Will be interesting to see what the call is. Olaf is on Krugs right now, so could path up for a gank, but we'll see. Bubble gonna land, by the way, onto Jin. Gonna be followed up with a Prey Seeker as well from Kaisa. Good trade in favor of support Diff's bot lane in the early game. Set gonna use this priority to get good deep vision, but unfortunately Olaf has already vacated the premises. Looks like it will just be a pair of farm starts here for both junglers. Nami, by the way, playing far more aggressively. Gonna land a second bubble as well. Prey Seeker gonna find Jin again. 2 more autos will proc that passive as well. So, you know, we talked about Nami as she has to be played as a very lane dominant support. Thus far is showing that lane dominance. A bubble gonna land. This is a 3 for 3. Michelle is just smurfing on this Nami. 3 for 3 in terms of bubbles that we've seen when the camera has panned down here is going to give them a solid HP advantage. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Maokai going to go aggressive, able to proc that Aftershock, but Set going to be happy to eat that out of tower range, and now going to go back in for a trade potentially. There's a Skarner here as well. I wonder if they're going to try to go for the dive. Does not look like it. Bubble finally is missed by Nami and almost eats a Deadly Flourish for her troubles. That could have been a lot of damage onto the Nami there. Alright. Both junglers on 6 camps thus far. Olaf potentially hunting for a counter jungle opportunity. Actually ended up skipping his own blue buff. Pretty interesting pathing there. But now we'll get back onto that. Skarner does clear a little bit slower than Olaf, but without any sort of excursions. Actually 1 camp ahead now.
How's Connor's gank P6?
It's pretty shit.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
You run in, you have to hit a pretty dodgeable linear skill. Oh, well, we're about to see right here. Skarner, though, is able to land the Crystallize. 1 auto will be able to stun up the Malzahar here, but it is a pre-6 Diana as well. Now the Malzahar forced to flash here, so gonna be forced to eat my words there. I was going to say, so Skarner's gank pattern's pretty linear. Has to land that Crystallize and then auto to get the stun down, but Malzahar being overextended there. Despite, by the way, knowing that Skarner was here, I'm pretty sure he walked through this ward on Raptors. Will mean that Malzahar is forced to blow flash right before Diana and Skarner would potentially ding level 6.
I think if Diana had electrocute. The Malzahar dies, no?
Yeah. Also, if she takes ignite.
Yeah.
Ooh, true.
Well, speaking of, Ignite is going to go down onto the Jin here. One more auto from the Kaisa would have procced the passive. Could have potentially been enough there as well. But yeah, this Nami is so far just smurfing the lane. Despite that, Jin doing a good job of keeping up in CS, 40 to 39 right now as he takes a recall. Kaisa will have a bit of an advantage when all things are said and done. But not doing too bad despite, I think, losing out on the majority of these early game trades.
Yeah, I think this is the first Nami that we've seen actually play Nami as a lane bully, as she's supposed to be.
Right. It's good to see. It's good to see. We saw yesterday, you know, when you play a champion that's not how it's supposed to be played, it leads to a recipe for disaster. I'm looking at you, Calvin. You played Yorick as a team fighting champion. Not how that champion works at all. Okay, now as both resets come in here for the junglers, Olaf opting to go with a pretty aggressive pickaxe buy instead of the more traditional, I want to say, double ruby crystal or the phage. Yeah. We'll see if that ends up getting punished here. This is going to be a very, very squishy Olaf. But as it stands, because Pokey Card's bot lane reset first, is actually going to give them priority onto the first dragon of the game, which will be an ocean dragon. So it looks like it could end up paying off here. Yeah, this will be uncontested. Skarner still trying to farm his way to level 6 here. Will get spotted as well by this good ward coming in from, I assume, Malzahar. Now, Diana needs to be careful here. At about half HP, if he walked a little bit further, it could have definitely eaten a Malzahar ulti there. What is it, the grasp? Nether grasp? Yeah. Speaking of bops. Is that a correct joke, Beto? Bop is kind of like grab. Yes, yes.
Yeah, I guess.
The
you
nether
know.
bop.
Nether Bob. We'll make a little.
Okay. Ooh, okay, now though, Nami gonna be a little bit out of position here. Alright, does not end up eating that deadly flourish, gonna go just wide. Meanwhile, in the top lane, I feel like Maokai has a decent job, has done a decent job so far. Obviously down about 20 CS, but isn't dying to set. Definitely something Set wants to do. Both laners haven't really had a chance to buy too much. Maokai was able to recall early for a extra ruby crystal. Set still has not shopped yet, interestingly enough. But Maokai with the TP still able to keep up relatively even on experience. Ooh, Bubble here gonna go wide now though. Jin gonna go very, very aggressive, but there is a Skarner here, is level 6, does have that impale. Jin does have flash, heal gonna be used first. Polymorph gonna stop the initial impale, but now Jin gonna get pulled in, should not flash here. The killer instinct gonna be used. Oh, but first blood gonna be picked up by the Nami. I don't know if that was ideal. Lulu gonna be forced to flash here away from the Crystal Scorpion, but a good gank for Ine on the Skarner, representing for Scorpion Gang. Gonna pick up the first blood of the game with a good gank onto the Jin.
I don't know why Jin doesn't flash there. There's a really good poly by Lulu on the flash from Skarner.
Yeah.
Jin holding flash. I don't know why.
Yeah, a bit unfortunate. Skarner did use flash for that engage as well. Skarner not quite on the levels of Udyr, but pretty flash reliant as the game goes on. Especially once Maokai starts participating in some of these team fights and has that peel factor. Skarner really loves those flash impales. Olaf, by the way, taking this time to counter jungle away Skarner's blue buff. Now gonna find the Scorpion in the jungle here. At first, Axe gonna go wide though. Will mean that, oh, actually no, Ragnarok gonna get used, but a pretty non-committal fight coming out from the Olaf. And now without the Ragnarok, gonna potentially be exposed to Diana. Diana can't look for that 3-man moon something. What's his ultimate called?
Moonfall?
Moonfall, okay. Alright, I don't play enough Moonlight comps to know what that is called, but Diana with that Moonfall gonna be looking for those fat 5-man ultimates.
The set's so ahead actually right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I said that Maokai was down about 20 CS, I feel like not even a minute ago, but now Set magically gonna double Maokai's CS, almost racing out to a 40 CS lead. What happened there?
I feel like Set is such a good pick into these weak side top lane, tank top laners that we've been seeing.
It's just so free. The weak side top laner is not to do enough damage. Set with that, even just that little bit of health regen on his passive, gonna mean that he is happy to trade away his life in these early game skirmishes.
I see where Olaf uses this Herald. He's got about 3.5 minutes to try to get plays with it.
Yeah.
But he has losing bot and losing top.
Yeah.
Kinda rough.
I feel like, you know, if Diana tries to look for an inopportune roam with the Voidlings, will mean that a tower drops really, really fast. And actually, blue going to be handed over here to Malzahar as well, will mean that Malzahar will start auto-pushing these waves. Diana going to take this time to reset, should be able to catch the wave. But now, though, going to be a wave that's going to split the bot lane of Pokey card, excuse me. But ends up being dodged out. Still Jhin with the flash. Lulu still flashless for about a minute and a half. So we'll see if that ends up being the case. And it looks like, yeah, that recall timing from Diana will give Olaf the agency to drop the Herald in the middle lane. But now the Olaf going to be overextended here. Now the move all going to go down as well. Olaf going very, very low, but still trying to borrow it out. Actually going to be able to pick up the kill. Now Malzahar flashing over the wall. Good Olaf play thus far, using the lifesteal from the reckless swings. Oh my goodness. So good Olaf play there, really recognizing the limits of his champion. Going to be a double kill in favor of Pokey card here. Should also translate to the first tower of the game. The berserking out here. That is a huge play here. Will also should translate to a mountain dragon picked up here as well. Bubble is going to land onto the Jhin, but not too much else is going to happen here. Can't go too aggressive knowing that potentially Olaf or Malzahar could be around. Alright, let's see here. The steal potential is going to come in. No blast going available for the Skarner. No flash either. Will mean that mountain dragon should be secured here. Yep. Skarner now down 2 levels to the Olaf, but is behind the Lulu, and now the Lulu going to eat a bubble. Killer Instinct going to go in. This should be a very, very dead Yordle very, very soon. Going to be handed over to Kaisa correctly this time. Also in the top lane, it looks like Maokai went down to a relatively healthy set. So a breath of life here for support Diff, able to pick up a Lulu and a Maokai on opposite ends of the map.
That was pretty nice what I said. He ulted the Maokai as Maokai ulted, so I like negated the ult.
The root? Okay.
Yeah, the root.
Yeah, so we still haven't seen whether there's an answer to the question of can Set use the showstopper after he gets bound, but if he uses it to buffer the CC, then it makes sense to me. Also, thing to keep an eye on here, Skarner with that second assist, able to pick up the Turbo Chem Tank. So we're going to see a very, very fast Scorpion potentially yoinking people back into his team. Now one thing I want to talk about actually with Skarner, specifically his kind of engage pattern for this game. Obviously you like Phase Rush because it gives you the move speed potentially to get on top of people, but more realistically, once you're on top of them, to stay on top of them. He wants that Phase Rush move speed procced when he impales somebody so he can drag them as far back as possible. But Phase Rush requires 3 attacks or spells to land. And I feel like Skarner generally wants to just go for... okay, hold on. Gotta pause that as Malzahar gonna nether grasp the Nami here. Gonna go down. Ooh, not just yet, but there it is. The Call of the Void able to lock down the Pokey in the bot lane. Still hanging around here. Still could potentially be a dive as well. Diana is here, but at about half HP. Does have Flash and the Moonfall available. Skarner rushing down here as well. Olaf is in the neighborhood, currently on his bot side Gromp. Okay, Olaf now going to walk down here for a potential fight, but I do believe that Pokecard is able to spot that recall from Diana. So, going to be a potential 4-man push. Meanwhile, on the top lane, Set able to find Maokai waiting in the bush. Looks like the Facebreaker not going to land, however. So, with that, a lot of bot lane focus here will mean that waves of farm get dropped mid. Okay, Malzahar now going to teleport to catch that. But for support Diff, that will also mean that their bot lane gets zoned off of this wave as well. Looks like support Diff happy to concede this bottom tower in exchange for some top and mid pressure, I guess. But yeah, just going to be a bigger gold lead now for Pokecard. Oh, by the way, Infernal Soul game. Buggers.
A no mountain.
Let's get it. Yeah, it feels like we've had like 5 Mountain Souls in a row. Alright, Malzahar now going to try to match the set a little bit. Maokai, with the changes to price for the tank mythics, able to pick up the Frostfire Gauntlet with his EBT card. Meanwhile, on the top lane, second aggressive Facebreaker is going to break the Malzahar shield, but now the Nethergras is going to get interrupted by the Impale. This should be a very, oh my god, look how far this Malzahar is going back. But actually, set relatively squishy, does still have the Haymaker, so uses that to buffer a lot of the AIDS damage that would have came in from Malzahar. Skarner, meanwhile, going to be a team player here, going to eat the Nature's Grasp for... Ooh. Dude, there was no damage onto the Diana there before the, oh, that was a huge misplay by the Jhin. Could have interrupted that teleport if she had autoed, but, autoed the Diana before hitting him with the Deadly Flourish, but not being the case will mean that Diana is able to complete her teleport up to this top lane.
Lulu had ult too.
Yeah.
Multiple ways to cancel, but I guess there's no point in canceling it because she's just keeping power.
Yeah. But could have been a potential kill. I think that at this point, Diana sitting on Merc Treads, doesn't have the Mythic completed yet. Not gonna have that much burst, especially compared to the Wild Growth and heal on Lulu and Jhin. Excuse me. Okay. With that though, game still very much even. So Infernal Dragon coming up here could break the game open for either team. Set at this point in the game, still really squishy. Has a Blade of the Rune King and Merc Treads. Wants to be building, well, I assume, towards that Gore Drinker, but only has the Ruby Crystal. Actually going to get found out here by the Maokai as well. Going to be an early Haymaker. Now that Olaf, though, conventionally overcommitted. Let's see if Diana is able to find a good Flash Moonfall here. Oh no, the Skarner now going to eat the Nethergrass, but 3-man Moonfall not going to be nearly enough. Really non-committal here coming out from support Diff. Will give the teamfight win over to Pokecard. 2 members down so far, Diana and Skarner, will mean that Pokecard should be put on Soul Point here. Infernal Soul Point, no less. Okay, so Dragon going to be taken down, unfortunately too early in the game for Baron. Otherwise that could have also potentially been on the cards for Pokecard.
I don't think that support Diff has enough front-to-back DPS. They only have burst from kind of Set and Diana. Kaiser at this point going Gale Force has to look to assassinate backline with the Diana and Set. They can't win front-to-back.
I feel like it's also going to be difficult as well for support Diff to land hard CC on the backline so that Kai'Sa has that Killer's Instinct. Killer's Instinct probably going to have to be used on a frontline member that is relatively close to the Jhin Lulu backline. Also in that, I think support Diff hesitant to pull the trigger. Diana has had Flash for a while now. Still has the potential for huge 5-man Moonfalls with the Flash, but I think because Nami and Kai'Sa weren't there yet, they're pretty hesitant to pull the trigger. If you're Pokecard, by the way, I feel like if you engage on this comp, it's just really hard for them to cope. The Nami wave is like decent, but not perfect disengage. If you're trying to disengage with Skarner ultimate, you're probably ulting a frontline member. Alright, now though, Nami gonna go very aggressive here to pop the Malzahar's spell shield. Wow, no punishment there. Alright, now if you're Pokecard here, what the oh man, all these Joshi copy pastas. People are already excited for game 2 between Andyland and Chili's Angels. Okay. Alright, Herald going to be dropped here for relatively no effect here in the middle lane. Does the charge even go off? It does not. Big sad. Okay. Gonna be a lull here, I feel like, until this 4th dragon, potential soul point, or soul dragon for Pokecard spawns. Meanwhile, on the top lane set though, gonna be able to find a Lulu here. Facebreaker gonna pull her back in. Wild Growth gonna be used here. No backup available for either team. will just mean it's an exchange of ultimate cool, or just the ultimate cooldown blown by Lulu.
Yeah.
Rylai's second by the.
Oh, Nami though, now gonna go way too far, gonna be found out by Malzahar, gonna go down. That maybe that Rylai's doing a little bit of work, making sure that the fish is not too slippery. Gonna be able to pick up a solo kill onto Nami. After landing some good bubbles in the early game, really haven't seen much of this champion here make an impact in this mid game. Same could also go for Skarner. Out of laning phase, has not really been able to find any good impales.
I kind of want to see how long it'll take support diff to buy anti-heal for the Olaf.
Ooh, Skarner here gonna be able to find a Jhin. Jhin gonna Gale Force away. Should have that cooldown just in time for the dragon spawn, however, so shouldn't mind too much. And actually, ooh, this could be interesting. Set and Skarner both backing on wards here. I would let Set back and then interrupt the Skarner back. Let's see if that ends up being the case. Okay, never mind. Both champions gonna interrupt their own recalls. Oh my goodness, these Voidlings can do so much damage to this poor little fishy. Malzahar, by the way, now level 14, highest level in the game. Maokai needs to be careful here, trying to push out the wave before Dragon spawns. Is going to be set upon by the Set. Facebreaker going to come out here. Aftershock does get procced with the Frostfire Gauntlet, going to slow Set's advance just enough. Set, let's see how much gold he has. Sitting on 2,000 gold. I don't think that's enough to buy Gore Drinker though. Gore Drinker 33, he has about 750 gold worth of components in his inventory right now. So needs to make up that last 400 ideally before... Yeah, not able to find it just yet. Oh, actually not even going to go for the Gore Drinker. Instead going for a Stride Breaker. But regardless, still not enough here. Not going to be enough, actually. After going Ignite, will not have a teleport to stay out on the map for longer to pick up that last little bit of CS. Will mean that Set is still mythicless in this very, very crucial teamfight for support diff. Okay. As it stands though, Malzahar special does get popped and is actually going to be supported that are on site first. Someone flash, I didn't see who. Actually going to be the Maokai going with the Nature's Grasp. Olaf going to be taken to a half HP. Wild Growth going to go on to Olaf. Now the bubble going to land. Okay, we're going to get the Malzahar pulled in by the Impale. Going to be shut down immediately by the Kaisa. And now the Settled with a huge in the backline. Able to slow down all of Pokecard here. But Olaf is on a rampage. The Inter's Instinct almost going to be inting. But Kaisa's still alive here. Olaf though recklessly swinging his way through support diff. Now Jhin going to flash in. One auto. Oh, a huge double axe here. Going to slow down the Kaisa. This will be one more shot for the Jhin. American Sniper, OG Puppy Child, gonna pick up the last 2 kills of that team fight. Look at this Olaf starting the fight with, or ending the fight with as much HP as he started with. Holy shit. Dude, these combo of Gore Drinker and Sterex need to get nerfed because that was insane. Alright, so Infernal Dragon, gonna be a 23-minute Infernal Dragon here for Pokecard. Gonna put them firmly in the driver's seat for this game. That was initially looked to be a good start here for support diff, but this Olaf just could not be contained. And Kaisa, I think, was a little too aggressive, unfortunately, with that Inter's Instinct. Put herself in a position that was hard to peel for even the Ragnarok-less Olaf. Alright, Baron gonna be taken down pretty quickly here as well. Holy shit, this Baron's going down so fast. Okay, gonna go down. There is one reckless swing able to take that last hit. And now recall's gonna come in here from Pokecard. Let's see if any of them get interrupted. Skarner is here, does have the Impale. Let's see. Ragnarok is available for the Olaf. Oh no, they don't interrupt the Jhin recalling in the back of the pit. Instead, Skarner opted to take the Shrine of all things. Ragnarok gonna be used here by Olaf to make sure that he gets a clean escape from... Ooh. The Deadly Flourish almost able, but not completely able to pick up the red buff from Set. Okay, Set though, going to be very, very aggressive here. Going to be able to pull in the Ragnarok. Okay, no Ragnarok available on the Olaf. While going to go down, but now this Olaf able to put himself in the middle of a ton of people with the Gore Drinker available. Impale going to be used on the Olaf as well, but it's not going to be enough. Actually going to be a huge win. Looks like for support diff. 3 members down so far. Malzahar, meanwhile, in bot jungle, taking blue buff away. Bubble going to make sure that it's 4. A quadra kill for Kaisa. For Mr. Bop My Cup, bopping a lot of cups here in this topside jungle for support diff, and all of a sudden the Baroned Up members of Pokecard wondering where that buff went. Only Malzahar left here with Baron buff. Still has Infernal Soul, however. So they got to be careful. If the Malefic Visions ends up landing on a Nami, for example, going to be burning down very, very quickly. But potential comeback season in the works here for support Diff.
That was a really good Inter's Instinct by the Kaisa, one-shotting the Jhin in the backline.
So good use of the Killer's Instinct, which is what we should be saying, but unfortunately have not been saying. Able to get onto that Jhin, as Chungus points out, and zero him out there. Strikebreaker now going to be used to try to find a Malzahar, but Set needs to be careful. Now going to eat the Nethergrass as well. Could go down, and yeah, will go down before the Haymaker comes out. So all of a sudden, a bit of an int here by Set will give Pokecard more momentum. And remember, there is still a Baron buff here available for Malzahar. Deadly Flourish going to land. Actually going to make... wait. Oh. Skarner went with the QSS second item. Very, very interesting. Gale Force going to be used to go aggressive by the Jhin as well. Going to mean a lot of low HP members here for support Diff. This should be a mid lane inhibitor here for Pokecard.
I feel like you should never mush rush Moral Reminder as an AD.
What do you think it should be instead? Infinity Edge or Runons?
Yeah, probably towards IE, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like he has enough damage to assassinate backline. I don't know about the Mono Reminder, but I feel like Hurricane's really good in team fights. There's
Yeah,
just
Hurricane's also good.
Yeah, you're going to be hitting two, potentially three members in Olaf, Maokai, and Malzahar, all three pretty short range. But yeah, maybe a minor case of losing to Boris.
It's not the worst though. An extra 20% healing reduction on Olaf and Maokai that are just gonna heal through the entire fight is really big. Also with the Lulu Moonstone.
I feel like you have to assassinate their backline, right? So that the healing reduction doesn't actually do too much, because you need to kill Jhin and Malzahar in these fights.
Yeah. The main purpose kill Jhin, but then some fights they just kind of have to play front to back. It's hard for Kaiser to fly back in.
Yeah, I feel like at the same time too, you know, maybe it's a situation where Diana is the main, or has the responsibility of assassinating the backline, and Kaisa just hits whoever she can.
Yeah.
Alright, Skarner actually going to be overextended here. Going to have to QSS and flash away from the Nethergrass here. Now going to impale Malzahar back in though. Going to go down. Low focus on the Malzahar just yet. Inter's Instinct will be used to lock down the Malzahar. Meanwhile though, Diana going to be very, very deep. Going to eat a reckless swing from the Olaf. Going to do approximately 500 true damage, it felt like. Nami going to be very low as well. Going to be picked up by the Olaf. Now the Showstopper going to be used more as an escape than anything. Haymaker going to be one last stand here. But Set going to go down as well. Only Malzahar going down for Pokecard will potentially give them the win here. Infernal Dragon, Infernal Soul doing so much work, I feel like. Gonna make sure even Maokai hits hard. With just one super minion bearing down here though, I don't know how much damage they can get on this turret. Kaisa needs to prioritize. Yeah, okay, Kaisa is able to actually zero out the super minion here. Which will mean that the damage reduction is up on the tower. And now Diana is up, does not have the Moonfall, but does have Flash. There is Teleport as well on the Diana. Let's see if they decide to go for anything. There could be TP wards here in the bot river. Alright, does not look like it will be utilized. But, okay, so Elder Dragon going to be spawning here in 30 seconds. This is probably going to be the final team fight of the game if it goes south for support Diff. Ooh, the Maokai almost got his recall interrupted there. Did get spotted by that super. Ooh, but Olaf does get interrupted here. Will not be able to reset here before Elder Dragon spawns. Does have the fruit here. But no jungle. Grop is coming up as well to potentially vamp off of, but looks like that will not be the case. And Teleport going to be used here by Maokai to get back into this fight. Skarner actually at about half HP as well. Wonder what happened to his health. But as it stands here, going to be a couple of half HP junglers. Obviously, Olaf with the Gore Drinker and the Sterix Gauge going to be a lot more sustainable. Olaf going to actually take this time to Omnivamp a little bit from the Gromp. Good call out there. Olaf now full HP pretty much.
Pokecard can just wait and play this really slowly. They have a TP in Malzahar and Super's pushing mid.
Yeah.
If they drag this right out long, Malzahar can TP mid with the Voidlings and end real quick.
Yeah, and also Maokai still with that Voidling poke, going to make sure that whatever approach support Diff takes, they're going to eat a lot of poke. But okay, so Elder Dragon is going to get started here. Skarner is spotted on the top side. I'm going to zoom out a little bit here. Actually, I'm going to go into teamfight interface because it's just taking so long to actually remember how to do this shit. Dyna on the bot side here as well. So 4-1 approach here for support diff. Elder Dragon being taken to about 7k. Very, very important here actually. Support diff able to pick up the shrine for Skarner will make sure that he has a little bit more extra
Supers.
move speed. But the
Supers and
supers
base.
are going to be pushing down here. I'm going to pan over real quick. Oh my goodness, alright, already one tower down, gonna be the second tower down very, very soon. Set now gonna pull the trigger to go in, the Nethergrass gonna go down before he can even use the Haymaker here. The Nethergrass gonna make sure that Diana can't get in. Now this Olaf is on a rampage, able to pick up some sushi. So far, Diana gonna go in, gonna do far too little, and now it's just gonna be the Kaisa and Skarner retreating away from the full 5 members of Pokecard here. Yeah, they're gonna be last hurrah. Yeah, Skarner gonna go down here. Insert's Instinct not gonna be used to any good effect here, and that will be game, ladies and gentlemen. Pokecard here coming out with a conclusive. Fuck. Oh my god, the spectator delay or the bug hit me again. The last thing we will see is Malzahar teleporting in to end the game, but GG, a solid, dare I say it, even comprehensive win for Pokecard. Gonna put them at 3-2 on the season. Meanwhile, support diff now dropping to 500 on the season at 2-2. GG, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so despite that delay, I'm still able to at least see the stat screen. So let's see who is the main culprits here in terms of damage. Okay, so for support diff, it will be Set leading the charge, not something you always want to see. Kaisa nor Diana not really getting involved there. Meanwhile, for Pokecard, Jin and Malzahar about neck and neck at about 24,000 damage.
I'm not surprised I said damage because he was like trading with the Maokai consistently top lane in the 1v1.
Right. Yeah. But unfortunately, not as much of a top gap as it would have been necessary to carry out the game for support diff. Pokecard gonna come away with the win here, so I'm gonna get some interviews here from Pokecard. Let's see, where is Joel and Dustin? Let me message them.
Hey, Roger.
Hey Joel, good game. Hey Dustin,
Hello.
good stuff there. So coming out on top over support diff here. What was the secret sauce?
So I've seen in the last couple of days the Twitch chat has been spam this tree to help Samuel Lee, and so we knew the trick was to get him on Maokai. And then all we have to do is shut down Bao in the top lane because Bao can 1v9 the game. We were pretty scared of him, and it worked.
Alright, so spam the tree to help Sam Lee, literally translating to a Maokai pick here. Good strategy. Meanwhile, for Dustin, 8-2 and 10 on the Jin. Solid gameplay here coming out from American Sniper. Walk us through what it's like playing Jin into that comp.
I missed a lot of abilities, but I had so much lockdown and tankiness from the Olaf, the Maokai, and the Malzahar that it really didn't matter in the end. Luckily, I just kind of DPS'd whoever Joel was ulting, and it worked out for us.
Awesome. Awesome. Sounds good. Alright. Actually, I'm gonna talk to Derek as well.
Oh yeah, he did a lot that game.
And pull him up here.
Alright, let's do it. I'm gonna have to piecemeal this again. Oh shit, what happened? Where's Derek? Oh, hey Derek. Wait. Yeah, hey Derek.
Hello.
Hello. So,
Hello.
Derek, huge performance here on the Olaf, especially that level 8 at the Raptor camp there. Literally, the Olaf fantasy going down, almost going down swinging, but barely coming out ahead. My question for you is, are you gonna be okay after this next patch comes through? Because these items are gonna get gutted.
I'm not an Olaf player, so yeah.
All right. Sounds good. Sounds good. Hopefully you got some more tricks up your sleeve, but that was a huge Olaf performance. All right. Anyways,
Thank you,
congratulations
thank
to Pokey Card. But we're gonna get ready now for game 2 of the night between Andyland and Chili's Angels. So get hyped for that.
All right, thanks, Roger.
All right, thank you
Yeah,
guys.
thanks, Roger.
GG.
Thank you, Roger.
I forgot to switch my client back. This is the damage charts for everybody. There you go. Okay, so going to check in now with both teams, get the lobby up and going, and then we're going to load into game 2 of the night very, very shortly. Ladies and gentlemen, do not go anywhere. Hey guys,
Hey,
Yo.
how's it going?
it's going. How are you?
Chillin', chillin', chillin'. Just want to check in on you guys, if you guys are ready.
Yeah, we're ready. We're in lobby. You want to invite?
Yes, I do. That would be very appreciated, Andy. All right, sounds good. All right, I'm gonna check in with Charles's team, and then we'll get going very, very soon. Okay.
All right.
Good evening, gamers. Good evening, gamers.
Hello, hello,
I'm
hello.
eating my food that I have prepared.
Nice. What are you making? Or what are you eating?
Yes,
Is it dal?
we'll regale Twitch chat with your feast for tonight.
Oh, dude, I'm having some chicken,
Yum.
and some rice and some slaw, and I just used some barbecue seasoning, and that's it for the chicken. It was pretty boring, honestly. I had like
Wait,
20
that sounds
minutes.
pretty good, dude. Barbecue chicken-ish.
Yeah,
Barbecue
yeah,
chicken-ish.
yeah.
Okay, well, sounds good. The lobby has already been made, by the way, so I'm gonna invite you guys.
Okay, I'll log on.
Looks like Helen is not here just yet, but we are starting. They're slated to start at 8, so we'll kind of get people slowly filing in here.
All right.
Hey, wait, Roger, are you live on stream right now?
I am live on stream. You just told 40-something people what you're eating for dinner. Anything else
Oh,
you want
damn.
to tell them?
Yeah, can I do a quick shout out for last game?
Sure.
That's cute.
I'm so proud of my boy Samuel Lee for playing weak side top lane Maokai. Let's go! Let's go!
All right, yeah. So Rahul and Sam, brothers in weak side top lane till the end.
Hell
Indeed.
yeah.
All right. I'll check back in with you guys soon.
Bye.
All right.
Bye.
Okay. We'll get Chili's Angels in here very shortly, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see here. Who is on his team? Why are they not online? What the fuck?
Join Chili's Angels.
Unless people unfriended me. Omega lol.
Unfortunate.
Wait, Akuji wasn't. Oh, Akuji was literally in game. Maybe a practice tool.
Oh, it says he's online.
Yeah, I
It's
got
online
him
for
now.
me.
I got him now. I got him now. Okay. Cool. Still missing Riot B Crow and Rahul. Yeah, I invited Rahul, I thought. Oh, what is this? Rahul, I decided not to accept the draw. What? Okay, well, I'm gonna stop scrolling through my friends list. I'm gonna start reading Twitch chat. Hello mods, please enable channel point betting so I can fulfill my dream of being part of a betting ring without spending $609 on GME. I will get that up for next week, I promise. Okay, Ashes of Dreams, I promise I will have betting enabled next week. Bet. And then you can take all your channel points to the moon. I don't know how or what would be like the ultimate, like, alright, I need you guys to help me here. I need you guys to fucking think up of like a 500k channel point reward.
100k.
500k, dude.
Wait, how much do you have to watch?
I don't know. I don't know. Basically, you have to hit on your gambles. Okay, that's what I'm saying. All right.
How much do I have?
How much do you
Around
have?
72K.
72K. Yeah, I mean, you guys have been here for a minute, right?
Oh, yeah, I only have 15K.
Wait, what?
I have 8.5K.
Okay, never mind. Hold
Oh.
on. All right, okay, 500K might be a little unrealistic. Maybe like 100K. Like what's like a 100K reward? You know? Like a
Free
casted
coaching.
game. Free coaching from
From
me?
Yeah,
I'm not sure that's
exactly.
I don't know if that's worth, dude. That would have to be worth like negative channel points. I have to pay you channel points to coach you because I will just flame you. Kingdom
Ooh.
come. I'll cast one of your games maybe.
Let them make like a created 5v5. They get to pick players from the invitational,
Oh,
and
okay,
then make
okay.
and they get to pick champs and stuff or something like that.
Okay, I like that. I like that. Twitch chat, help me out here. Stop fucking spamming copy pastas for a fucking minute, and help me brainstorm. By the way, hello to Rafa Cass. I don't think I've seen you around here, so hello. This seems like a lot of people here are familiar with you as well. Gift cards. You think I'm made of money? Or skins? You think I'm made of money? Damn.
You should invite me and
Oh shoot, you're right.
Chungus.
Oops, I totally forgot. Ellen, can you hop down real quick so I can... Okay, there we go. So there's Bidao. Chungus says you're in champ select even though you're not. Hopefully.
This isn't in champ select.
Yeah, my
Not my thing.
Can you try inviting him? B?
I can't invite them. Well, you can't invite because they're in.
Oh, hold on. Yeah, my friends list is bugged. It says Chungus is in game for me.
I got it.
Wait.
Oh, lobby is full.
Yeah, someone went back
Okay,
up.
try again. There you go.
There you go.
Cool.
One sec. It's laggy. Okay.
Cool. All right, the CoCast team is in the game. Helen can go back now. Awesome. Okay, we will get both captains in here for the what the fuck was that, Grant? What the fuck was that? Okay, that scared the shit out of me. I thought Grant coughed up a hairball here in the peanut gallery. But okay, so
Kevin.
all right, we're gonna get both
Okay,
captains
okay.
in here for the pregame interview.
Here you go, Grant.
Dude, imagine if we had a soundtrack for this tournament. How lit would it be?
We need a soundtrack, dude.
B, dude, I need to learn how to do that editing thing I was talking about. You remember that, B? I need to learn how to do that.
Yeah, for the stream.
Yeah.
Grant's been throwing up some ideas for the stream.
Dude, it would be lit.
All right,
If I can figure out how to
Mr.
do it,
Chunks.
oh my god.
There's Mr.
So
Chunks.
lit.
Where is Charles? Okay, we have both captains here as we get ready to start game 2 of the night between Andyland on blue side and Chili's Angels on red side. Both teams undefeated thus far in the young season. Andyland 2-0, Chili's Angels 4-0. Unfortunately, only one team will be able to walk away with that pristine record after this game. Andy, what is your team going to do to make sure that it's your team that walks away unscathed?
Well, I was on Charles's team last season, and
Yeah.
he taught me a lot of things. So hopefully, I'm a better player now, and we're able to use what I learned from that experience and try to come out on top.
What kind of things does Charles teach you about League of Legends? I'm curious.
The importance of friendship.
Okay, it's very, very important. Is that it?
Yeah. Well, if we're really good friends on the Rift, magical things should happen.
Okay, all right. So the power of friendship. Interesting. Well, meanwhile, for Chili 5, the captain of Chili's Angels, safe to say this is your biggest test of the season thus far, up against Andyland. What's your team mental right now?
All right, Roger. I've got a speech today. This is for my team. I know they're out there listening. All right. I want to
Okay.
set the scene. Okay. Imagine a situation where we're getting pushed into our base. Very unlikely, not going to happen this game, but just imagine that situation for a second. This is what I would say
Okay.
in that position. Am I muted? Can you guys hear me?
We can hear you. We're trying to give you the floor here.
All right. They say I'm half a mid laner, but what does that make the lot of you? There's another way out. I'm gonna show you. We're gonna come out even though we're behind and fuck them in their asses. Don't fight for your captain. Don't fight for his elo. Don't fight for honor 5. Don't fight for bragging rights. Don't fight for gold because you won't get any. This is your Nexus that Andy means to sack. That's your inhibitor that he's beating down. And if he gets in, it'll be your towers that he burns, your skins that he steals, your Nexus that he'll destroy. Those are brave men knocking at our door. Let's go kill them! All right, I'm done. Thanks. Hello? Hello?
I'm a fan. I'm a fan, Charles.
Thanks.
That's what I'm talking about. That's how you get your team hyped right there. Yes, sir.
Is Roger not here anymore?
Roger!
I think he might have died.
Oh,
from
sorry.
that.
We're streaming, right?
No. I'm muted because I didn't want to interrupt that perfect speech. You know what I said actually when I thought I was unmuted? I told you to go the fuck back to your team, Charles. Because what the fuck was that? These speeches are getting more and more fucking elaborate. I don't even know,
Wait.
man.
Does anyone know what that's from?
No.
Yeah, we do. We watched it with him.
Yeah. Wait, Andy, what's it from?
It's the kingdom.
What? Are you stupid?
The kingdom?
It's not.
It's from Game of
No,
Thrones. We played the
Kingdom
board
of Heaven.
game.
Oh,
Tyrion
shit.
says that about. He says.
All right. Well, apparently that was supposed to be a Game of Thrones reference. I didn't fucking get it.
Someone just booted me to support Div.
How mad? How mad? That's all I gotta say, dude. How mad? Okay.
There's a 6-year-old watching the stream. You need to be banned now, Charles. Goodbye.
My 6-year-old Rahul watches this stream. Omega lol. Okay, well, hopefully that buffed your team instead of debuffing them. Okay. I'll let both of you go back to your respective teams, and then when you're ready, please hit that start game button so we don't have to listen to any more of these scuffed ass Charles speeches.
The king in the north.
Oh my goodness.
Alright, time to get some insure.
Noctran asking, does anybody want to place bets? We can wage Dogecoins as a form of betting currency. It's gonna be some pretty hefty bets flying around very, very soon, I feel like. My cat is a pro gamer. It says, I have some stock I'm trying to offload that I would bet. Put up 1 share of GameStop, dude. You fucking won't.
I was gonna expect some, Swain bands? A Swain and Seraphine band on blue side? What do you guys think?
I think Seraphine gets banned for sure. Ooh, okay, I was gonna say Hecarim has been working out well for Rohit thus far.
Who
It's
plays
gonna be-
Seraphine?
Oh, Charles.
Charles. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been playing since like the release, I think, right?
Yeah. Ooh, a Gnar
Champions
ban.
Nuts.
Yeah. Okay, so Gnar gonna be banned away here for. Okay, so. Gonna be a different approach here. I think they're trying to take away a lot of these power junglers and put Rohit on something where if he doesn't have tempo, he's gonna fall behind in terms of just farming and trying to find ganks, potentially, that aren't there. We didn't see that get punished yesterday, where he ganked bot at level 4 as Hecarim onto an Ezreal that just easily arcane shifted away, but the Jarvan didn't take that opportunity to take away Hecarim's topside, which meant he got to catch up. Wow.
Whoa,
So
wait, what?
3 jungle bans. Seraphine is actually left up here. I wonder if it's gonna be a bait. We could totally see something where like a Yasuo gets locked in as a counter pick, or we saw Samira yesterday hard counter Samira with the Blade Whirl. So it could be something that they've been working on. Maybe they've been practicing a Braum as well.
Oh, there's
Wow,
a
actually gonna force. Wow.
Oh.
Interesting. Okay, so definitely not the champion I expected to be picked in the hands of Andyland here. Swain gonna be power picked away from Chili 5 after forcing them to ban the Seraphine themselves. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Lulu gonna be the comfort pick here for Helen. We saw her do a good amount of work on that yesterday in their game. Hoping to repeat that performance. I'm very interested in the jungle pick here. Maybe
Jarvan
Jarvan?
probably. Yeah.
Oh. Okay, so we are gonna see another iteration of the Akuji Sivir. Ladies and gentlemen, remember we saw it come out in, I want to say, their second game of the season. It was that lethality Sivir with like Duskblade and fucking Essence Reaver. It was really weird. Collector, yeah. Doing poke damage. Alright. Graves here going to be the pick for Paw, the jungler of Andyland. I know that that's a comfort pick here for Philip.
I think that's the first Graves I've seen. We don't see those very often.
Yeah, Graves has definitely fallen down in terms of priority in this new season. But could potentially be a good performance. Ooh, okay, Scion is the hover. Okay, never mind. Alright, so going to be another Soraka game here for Silent Voice, aka Francis, I'm pretty sure. We saw him on that in the last game for Andyland.
Yeah, it was popping off that game actually. It was hitting every like Q, right? Or knee.
Yeah, but I think that was more down to Nami wanting to take a bath in the Starfall or the Starfall AoE. Okay, so in lieu of those power picks and comfort picks for Rohit here, gonna be an Amumu picked up as the jungler for Chili's Angels. Further reinforces their very teamfight oriented playstyle that they demonstrated here in the early season. However, it could mean that this is punished by a potential strong side top lane pick, maybe? I don't know. Alright, these bans here, meanwhile, okay, I was going to say, these bans for Chili's Angels going down to the wire here. Both Seraphine and Varus being picked with 0 seconds left on the timer. Galio now going to be taken away here for Andyland. We saw Charles play that yesterday to pretty good effect.
I don't really like the Amumu here. I feel like Amumu's such a bad champion right now. And also Amumu into Graves. If Graves can E the Q, it's just free farm for farm both jungles for Graves.
Yeah. I think it's a situation where Rohit just is not that comfortable on that many jungle champions. But I would have liked to see something like an Echo, maybe, who actually ends up getting banned. Or going to be the last ban here for... I'm guessing Malphite's coming out here, by the way, for Chili's Angels. And if it is Malphite, just fucking pick it right now, dude. Like, what are you waiting for?
Lulu top.
You think so?
Could be Lux mid. Or Lux. I feel like Lux is really good into Soraka.
Yeah, if he finds a catch, it will be good. But by the way, actually something that's interesting, Yone was available as an option for Chili 5. I think this is gonna be the Chili 5 Lux. Knowing Charles, having played games with Charles, I know that he likes the champion, but this is definitely not up there in terms of his most preferred. But the Seraphine banned away by his own team, the Echo being banned away by his own team.
Whoa,
What?
wait.
This has to be a placeholder, right? Let's see what happens here. Yeah, alright, Twitch is Talon. Twitch is Talon, ladies and gentlemen. That is a placeholder pick. I think the Twitch pick, just to shout out you guys in the chat, okay? By the way, let's get some insight into this Talon pick. So Mr. Gordo Lee has been spamming Talon in the preseason. When I say preseason, I mean preseason of Season 2 here. Don't know if it was a ruse for teams to start wasting a ban on Talon, but now that teams have forgotten about it, it is going to be the pick here for Gordo Lee. Now, what's interesting to me as well, I wonder if this is going to be that Gore Drinker Talon. The more Bruiser Talon as opposed to the Assassin Talon.
He was practicing, but most high elo Talons actually go Prowler's Claw now.
Mm.
I actually go back to full Assassin build.
Gotcha. Well, we'll keep an eye out on the item build here for Talon. Should be the first Talon of the tournament as far as I'm concerned. So,
if he does go full Assassin, it's going to be a really rough time jumping into a Lulu and kill.
Yep, I agree. But, you know, if he is fast enough with his reactions, then maybe. But yeah, I'm excited. Talon pick is interesting. I think that the front line here for Chili's Angels is pretty scuffed. It's basically just an Amumu. Lulu, Lux, Sivir, and Kale in the background. It's gonna mean that if Talon finds some good flank angles, gonna wreak havoc on the backline of Chili's Angels here. Alright, Francis is back in the lobby, so we should get going very, very soon. Again, just a reminder here for both teams, it should be for Andyland, Soraka, Misfortune in the bot lane. In the mid lane, it'll be a Talon for Gordo Lee. In the jungle, it should be a Graves for Papa. And in the top lane, it should be a Swain for Joshi. Alright. Meanwhile, for Chili's Angels, Kale in the top lane for Central Rahul. An Amumu in the jungle. Shit. What's in the mid lane now? Lux in the mid lane, and then Sivir Lulu in the bot lane. More draft pep, less draft prep. True. What is this new coffee pasta? Hi Axel, I'm a 34-year-old Vietnam vet lol, and I only play with my toes. I appreciate your stream for helping me reach my goal of bronze 3. Thanks a bunch. Much love from Iceland. Please don't copy pasta. True. True. By the way, up to 50 consistent viewers today, so shout out to everybody tuning in. Hopefully you guys like what you've been seeing. I'm expecting a banger game, to be honest, because, again, this is a matchup of 2 undefeated teams. A lot on the line here in terms of bragging rights, and some standings as well, but who cares about that? For those of you that are new to the stream, you are watching Season 2 of the Do It Big Invitational. It's a tournament that we, as a Discord server, have organized together to get 40 of us into an in-house tournament. We have a regular season set up here, which will have 14 games for each of our 8 teams, followed by 3 weeks of playoffs. Over the course of these 10 weeks, we hope that you guys will tune in, figure out your favorite team, support your favorite players, maybe contribute some copy pastas. Alright, I'm going to read this latest one. Princess Handjob says, Hi Roger, I am a 69-year-old Vietnam vet and I only play with my toes. I appreciate you, stream, for helping me reach my. The problem with this copy pasta is the English is not shitty enough. You know, like if you're a 69-year-old Viet vet, you should really have a little more broken English. I think it would lend a lot to the flavor. All right, this pasta is not quite al dente. Okay. All right, so both teams locked in here. Take a good look, ladies and gentlemen. Team Andyland on the left, Chili's Angels on the right, fighting for the right to remain undefeated at the end of the night. Get hype.
It is going to be a top lane swing into Kale. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
I haven't seen swing top in a very long time.
Yeah, but Spain's really strong at the moment. You can play like top, mid, AD, and support. It's kind of... I'm not a fan of that for balance-wise, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like Chili's Angel has like a weird poke comp with like a Mumu that wants to engage, right? Like Lux wants to poke, Sivir wants to poke with Q, Lulu pokes with their Q. And then Mumu does like the opposite of what they want to do. Like, I don't know. It's a weird pick.
But if you are Andyland, your engage blows chunks. No pun intended. You have a Talon to flank, but if Talon's your initiator, he's gonna have a terrible time getting polymorphed, knocked up by wild growth, binded, etc., etc.
It's more of a skirmish comp.
Right. I think your best engage is either a Vision of Empire from Swain that slows down people that are caught out, or just the fucking best smokescreen you've ever seen in your life. That's it.
I think they just looked to permafight in jungles and just skirmish. Neither team really has a really 5v5. I guess maybe more so for Chili's Angels. But I think Talon. We haven't seen the summoners, but I think if Talon takes TP, they can 1-3-1 pretty easily here. Just split them up, and if they're split up, Lux can't really sideline against Talon or Swin, and then Kale's gonna take a really long time to scale, and by that time, hopefully the 1-3-1 pays dividends, and they're already far ahead.
Yep. Speaking of 1-3-1, yeah, not a whole lot of split push available on the side of Chili's Angels. Kale wants to sit in a side lane, obviously, but wants that side lane to be relatively close to the security of her towers. If Sivir gets found out by Talon, gonna have next to no recourse as well.
Yeah. Ideally, Talon roams early and gets like top or bottom fed. I think Talon outshoves Lux, right?
Yeah, I think so. I predict a lot of jungle movement in the top lane. I think they're gonna try to snowball this Kale, or snowball this Swain against the Kale. Get Swain to a point where he can stand up to the burst coming out from Lux and Sivir, and then that will be your front line, and you just walk into every single fight after that.
I think they win the 2v2 jungle mid super hard. We haven't seen some, but if Graves goes Ignite here and they just keep fighting 2v2, it should be pretty easy kills there. I think the main win condition early is just going to be around how Talon and Graves they play off that strong 2v2 mid and see where they translate that lead into top or bot.
Yeah, so obviously Graves, Talon are going to have a good time against a Mumu Lux unless they randomly walk into a tower or something. Lux also gonna need a lot of time to scale, I feel like, but we'll see. All right, so enough bullshitting, ladies and gentlemen. We are gonna load into game 2 of the night between Andyland and Chili's Angels. Get hype, and again, I'll have the betting enabled very, very soon. Don't you worry. Okay. This copy pause is getting older by the day. Now, apparently, it is a 103-year-old Vietnam vet. Still playing with his toes, though.
It is going to be the Conquer build coming out of the Talon. Based off of rune.
Okay, so yeah, we might see that Bruiser Talon after all. Phase Rush here, by the way, for Graves, I think is the right call. Only a Mumu, gonna be the melee that he's hitting, so wants to move around as much as possible. Gonna be interesting to see actually what Graves decides to build this game as well. If he decides to go for the more divey bursty build with Gale Force, or if he does to go for the tankier Drain Tank build with Immortal Shield Bow. Both teams here, by the way, going for very early invades. I would give the advantage over to Andyland by virtue of that Swain, and the Soraka silence should not be underestimated either.
Talon W does a lot. And
yeah, the Rake.
Graves Q, they have a lot more AoE.
Ooh, a bit of a misplay here though for Andyland. 2 wards going down here in this bush.
MF has a late recall. They might catch her if they get the... Oh, it's so close.
It's so close. The binding does go out there to check. Alright, so if we're counting the wards here, 3 used by Chili's Angels, 2 used in the same bush by Andyland.
A sweeper start by Graves. I like that. Vision to know.
Yep, good stuff. Able to back in time to pick up that sweeper. Alright, so will be bot side starts for both junglers, which should favor the Graves here. Obviously stronger in a potential 1v1 at the Scuttle Crab. Kale, by the way, getting...
He's gonna reset the red buff. Oh no.
Oh, did he reset the red buff? Oh no! Oh, wait, no he didn't, right?
Almost.
Okay. Oh, this will be the early game drama here. Never mind. Soraka gonna eat some damage as well. Oh, okay. Alright, good job, Philip. You did it. But actually, Graves clearing pretty slowly here compared to the Mumu. Mumu already almost done with the Gromp. As Graves goes this path. This is not a good path, especially if you don't smite the big raptor. You're gonna take a ton of damage here, which he is going to do. This is gonna significantly hamper Graves' clear speed, and Mumu up to almost 3 camps compared to Graves 2. Both. Oh, is that the issue? Okay.
I think so. Yeah, it delays the slow of it.
Yeah, that definitely will. Oh my God, it's the Star Call show. You know, on the top lane, Swain is going to push in here onto the Kale. Kale still level 1, has not been able to soak up enough of the minions here. But actually, Graves going to go for a very, very aggressive invade. Level 2, Amumu level 3. Graves is not going to be able to clear this in time before being discovered by the Amumu. Amumu, though, without... I can't see the potion charges, but it doesn't look like he's going to have potion charges here. But yeah, Graves going to be discovered here by Amumu. Graves only level 2. Lux able to get the first move here. Talon cutting off the Lux just a little bit. Okay, so with the smite, and then the bandage toss over the wall, just going to make sure to give Graves a bit of a thank you note in exchange for that leash. Now going to be a contest here onto the Krugs, but again, Graves is still level 2. Now going to eat the bandage toss, going to be slowed down here by the red buff auto attacks from Amumu. Does proc that phase rush, the Kale Q over the wall, able to slow down the Graves, but that is all, that is going to be it for that skirmish. But Amumu up 20-9 in terms of CS on the Graves.
Oh my goodness.
Not something that you see too often, if you ask me. And I see a lot of that shit as a jungle main. As it stands, though, Amumu did get taken pretty low in the middle of all that, which will mean that he has to recall here. And meanwhile, on the bot lane, this Misfortune Soraka duo bullying the Sivir Lulu. Sivir with very, very short range at this stage, actually at all stages in the game, but especially at this stage in the game, going to be very abusable. I'm going to get shoved under tower here, and with no mana, got to be careful of a potential flash double up coming in from the Misfortune. Steady diet of Sarkals coming in from the Soraka, not going to help either.
Graves is so behind in tempo. He started Gromp randomly. I'm just watching his pathing.
Yeah. Is able to catch up just a little bit in terms of CS now that Amumu took that recall. But now, Amumu still able to get to this bot crab, and actually going to go for an invade onto the Raptors here of Graves. This is going to be the second respawn of Raptors for Graves as well. This is going to be a huge take for Amumu if he's able to get away with it. Graves is on Wolves right now, and yeah, that smite will secure the Raptor for Amumu. Amumu well ahead, but hold on. Ooh, the make it rain. Almost able to take down the Sivir. This Sivir is having a bad time. Down already 20 CS to the Misfortune. Anthony not able to get away with that pick in this game. And now is actually going to take the recall. Mumu going to soak this XP, which is actually pretty good if you're a Mumu. Will mean that he hits level 6 relatively quickly here. Has his entire bot side camp up as well.
Graves just walked over that pink and missed it.
Oh my goodness.
A cold bot? I don't know. I feel like...
Okay,
you can't
so...
CS, right? Like, why would you buy Cole? Like, wouldn't you just be more behind?
Yeah. Maybe Chili's Angels doing their best don't worry we scale impression.
Okay.
Have the Kale, have the Cole scaling. Hopefully they don't have the same end result as don't worry we scale thus far in the season. What is this fucking copy pasta? Alright, teleport gonna get used here to reset Lux in the mid lane. Talon is level 6, has that massive roam potential. Gonna be interesting to see. I was gonna say, gonna be interesting to see who they dive. Kale's obviously a good candidate. Let's see, check on the XP real quick. Is able to hit 6 here as Talon roams up.
This is such a rough dive if they go for it. They don't have Graves here.
Kale's needs to thin the wave a little bit though.
No, they're not gonna go for it.
Alright, so Graves is able to find the pink ward as well. But Amumu happy to just farm away here. Up about 3 camps on the Graves. Gonna be 4 very shortly. Graves poking around in the bot side river. Gonna potentially try to take advantage of his bot lane's priority to start on this Ocean Dragon. Looks like that will be the case. Graves at this stage of the game fully capable of soloing out a dragon. But it will mean that Amumu has a ton of tempo on him. And with this bottom dragon spawning here, will also potentially lead Amumu to face check this. Okay, never mind.
He can't even do it without Soraka.
Yeah, Soraka though with the Wampulance gonna rush over here to make sure that the Graves is healed up. Okay. Dragon will be taken away here. Meanwhile, Mumu able to take away the blue buff, but now going to be found by Misfortune. Going to be forced to flash away. Graves in tow as well. Good invade here. Not going to be matched by Chili's Angels. Will mean that Jungler is forced to blow flash in a very crucial moment in the game. No flash on a Mumu as he approaches level 6 is going to limit his engage options significantly. By the way, when you spell shield that Star Call, the healing still gets used. Or the healing effect still gets procced on Soraka, so Sivir should not make a habit of eating these Star Calls. It also will mean that he does not dispel shield for a potential shield on a double up, for example.
Ooh.
Wait, holy shit, this copy pasta is hilarious. Alright, meanwhile on the top lane, Demon Flare going to be used. Kale going to be forced to flash away from the Swain, along with that Redemption ulti being used as well. So Swain, not as big of a CS lead as you might expect against the Kale actually, should mean that this is overall a relative win for Kale. Able to ding level 7 without too much incident, and going to be scaling well throughout the game. Has teleport to get back to lane as well.
Yeah, so far I'm kind of, this Talon hasn't really done anything. His whole point of the champion is to like find opportunities to roam and get kills.
Instead trying to outlane a Lux, who is comfortably with TP going to be even and now actually ahead on CS once he shoves this wave in.
He's going the Gold Drinker build, so it's less snowballing, but I think I'm more disappointed in Graves. He has 3 winning lanes, he should be permanent invading the Mumu, but just because his
that weird start really screwed him over, I think.
Yeah.
Dude, ideally I think Talon and Graves could just like permanently invade this Amumu and make his life like miserable.
Right.
Yeah, Mumu shouldn't be able to play the game. I think the game's
going to land onto the Kale here. It's going to be a good trade. Vision Vampire should land as well. Yeah, it does land as well. Sorry I didn't cut you off there. But one thing to keep an eye out on in this game is going to be the stacks on Swain. So each soul fragment here going to give him 5 bonus HP. It will also increase the damage on the second activation of his Demon Flare. So something to keep an eye out on as the game goes on.
How does he get soul fragments?
So if he lands, every champion he hits with his W is 1. Every time he yoinks a champion with his passive is 1. And then every time someone dies around him and he's near enough to pick it up, it'll be 1.
Oh,
so every time he lands that never move W combo, it will be 2 stacks because he'll pull him in and then hit him with a W.
Interesting. None of that. Thank you.
I've played too many games with this guy right here. The Swain game. Going to be the name of the game for Charles, so well acquainted with that champion and how bullshit it can be sometimes. Now that being said, hold on. Ooh, the bandage shot is going to go wide here. Mumu does not have flash, remember, but still, this Soraka going to be forced to flash for no reason. I don't think they tracked that Mumu didn't have flash there. So that's going to be a relatively vulnerable Mumu, but finally some action. It was thus far been a completely resident sleeper game. Both teams just farming it out here, but now we're going to finally see potential action in the top lane. Graves is here, so is Talon. No motion here. Never going to land onto the Kale. The Redemption does come out, but Swain should be able to walk out here. And after the Soraka ulti comes down, it will guarantee that First Blood goes over to the Talon. Going to be followed up here by a Rift Herald drop as well. Mumu is here in the bot lane looking for a dive, but these are 2 full HP members, and the bullet time going to be here to completely evaporate the wave here. This will be first tower now for Andyland, so good play there. Gonna explode this game, or at least inject some life into this game. The game hasn't really exploded into life just yet, but finally we start to see some action. Yeah, Mumu, I think feeling a little bit of pressure to try to find some ganks now. Should be content to just keep farming it out here. Does have a decent time scaling against Andyland here, I feel like. If he's not soaking bullet time, he's not gonna have. He's not gonna be eating. I don't know. I feel like he's not gonna be eating that much damage, but.
I think there's a time in the first dragon if Mumu can take it, because Misfortune doesn't have ulti or Soraka.
Yeah, that's a good point. Lux, by the way, should be able to teleport back in as well. Graves, though, with that successful gank, with the Rift Herald drop, is going to be able to catch back up here a little bit in gold. In fact, actually has a gold lead on Amumu despite the CS difference.
Yeah, he got 4 plates top.
These seizure sets are kind of late in my opinion for red side. They have all this vision control and then they're just leaving it completely for blue to just kill.
Yeah, so triple reset coming in now for Chili's Angels will give Andyland first move on to Dragon here. Might just be started right away. Looks like it will be conceded here for Chili's Angels, who, as far as I'm concerned, are doing their best. Don't worry, we scaled impression. Despite racing out to an early game lead, content to just farm and pray for mistakes, if anything. Will mean that 2 dragons now are handed over, but it will also mean an Infernal Soul, so potential 4 Infernal Soul, or 4 Dragon Infernal Soul for Chili's Angels. We saw that almost come into fruition yesterday with the Mountain Soul.
On the hunt, Pop.
Ooh, but the oh my goodness, that was a confirmed Lux bind. Look at the confidence coming out here from that Lux. Pressing the R even before the light binding connected means the final spark will spell the final breath of life for Swain. And actually, that's going to be huge. It's going to buy Kale a ton of time to take some plates in this top lane and just farm for free. So, the captain of Chili's Angels making sure that this early game is not completely lost for his team. Let's go. Okay, we still haven't seen a Curse of the Sad Mummy, by the way. And now Swain gonna... not Swain, sorry. The Graves gonna go up, smokescreen the Kale, who's forced to flash. I don't think that was necessary. I think with the speed up, could have definitely walked out of there.
She's old.
Yeah, and the ulti with the Namumu in the neighborhood could have been a potential turnaround as well. But not taking any chances. Is able to pick up the Nashor's Tooth. Gonna be building towards the Riftmaker, I assume. And it's level 9 as well. That's the most important thing to keep an eye out on here. Is going to be Kale's XP. Kale wants to hit level 11 before she really tries to do anything. Loves to get level 16 as well, but it's not completely necessary. What is this copy pasta? Pop, 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 pussy, puss, posse number 3 signing in. Alright. The Philip posse checking in here. Pop Pop Posse. Let's go. I love all of you shit posters, by the way. Keeping me entertained in a fucking Resident Sleeper game like this. But Swain now going to look for a potential gank onto the Lux and be a flash. Everyone's going to be matched by the Lux flash as well. So a trade of flashes for Swain and Lux, but now there's Andyland here going to push down. Let's see if Lux uses the final spark to clear the wave. Nope. There it is. That's just delayed. Also going to miss 2 caster minions. Going to give Andyland a bit of damage. But now, though, the Swain is binded under tower. Curse of the Sad One, we going to lock down the Swain even through the Soraka heal. Going to go down. Bullet time. Going to try to pick up the Amumu, but not in time.
Oh.
Ooh, and now though, Misfortune needs to be very, very careful, not paying attention, gonna bait the Amumu to go in, Amumu immediately forced to flash out here. Severe and Lulu not interested in whatsoever. This Amumu needs to be very, very careful, goodness gracious. Gonna get raked once, but not twice. but proving to be just tantalizing enough to buy his team enough time to split push in both the top and bottom lanes. Sivir able to pick up a turret in the bot lane, Kayle able to just soak up XP and potentially get a tower in the top lane as well, dinging that all-important level 11, and the Swain getting caught out twice now by some very good Lux bindings, but now Lux needs to be careful. Okay, this tower should go down, but Talon gonna almost get taken down by that final spark. Soraka, the Wambulance, they're just in time to prevent her mid laner from going down here. This Lux doing a ton of work in terms of drawing pressure from Andyland.
Yeah, dude, they got so much gold out of that. They're ahead now.
Yeah, farming 3 lanes to 1 gonna mean that Chili's Angels is gonna be just marginally ahead in terms of gold, and more importantly, they're able to get level 11 on Kayle before the 3rd dragon of the game, which will be that all-important Infernal Dragon. I dread to think of the damage output that Kayle can do when she has 4 Infernal Dragons behind her. So, going to be a very, very important... Ooh, Lux still getting slowed down here by the Make It Rain. Gale Force going to come in from the Misfortune, but oh my god, going to almost go down, but just not quite. Will mean that Lux ends up getting picked off here with 40 seconds left on the spawn timer for Infernal Dragon. A good aggressive play by the Misfortune, slowing down the Lux with that Make It Rain. Lux going to go down. She will be spawning as Dragon spawns, but not going to be on site. Will give Andyland should give Andyland the confidence to take the 3rd Dragon of the game and put themselves on Soul Point. So Lux, after getting a couple of crucial catches, going to be caught out herself. This is backs against the wall now. Do or die territory for Chili's Angels. I think they are committed to sacrificing this dragon. Lux or Lulu going to poke her head in. That should have been a dead Lulu, but no one in the neighborhood there will mean that they walk out. But 3rd dragon of the game, Soul Point. Jesus, I can't talk. Soul Point on the cards for Andyland. Don't worry, we scale. Chili's Angels scaling, hopefully in time, before this Infernal Dragon proves to be too much for them to handle. Alright, Kayle though, getting a lot of time. And Lux now needs to be careful. Going to be potentially overextending against Graves, Swain, and Soraka. Let's see if that ends up being the case. Talon is found out here on a ward. Alright, Misfortune now going to try to match the Kayle split push. But now that bandage toss would have spelled death for Graves, but Graves able to dash away and hit that blast cone over the wall just in time. That would have been a dead Graves. I don't really know what the game plan is here. I mean, for Chili's Angels, I guess they're just waiting on Kayle, but this lack of proactivity means that any pick on the side of Andyland will convert into something massive. I feel like already so hesitant to look for team fights. Could translate to a Baron attempt off of not even a pick, maybe just even a chunk taken out of one of the members here of Chili's Angels. If you're reading this, you've been in coma for almost 20 years. It really feels like I've been in a coma for 20 years, but we're trying a new technique. We don't know where this message will end up in your dream, but we hope it works. Please wake up. We miss you. Yeah, I miss watching actual League of Legends.
Oof.
Okay. Might get some potential interaction here. Talon should be able to hop, skip away from this Kayle once Kayle looks in his general direction, because Talon is a pacifist this game as well. Don't let those 2 kills mislead you, ladies and gentlemen. This Talon has not been incentivized to get involved with Chili's Angels whatsoever.
Yeah, I don't think Kayle's gonna hit 16 for the dragon spawns. Or definitely
there's
not.
No chance. There's no chance.
No chance, yeah.
Yeah. They need to do the turbo funnel technique where they have Kayle farm 2 lanes. Like, she really just runs back and forth between mid and top.
Yeah.
But they're definitely not doing that, and it will mean that Kayle will not be able to take this Infernal Dragon Soul Point fight at full strength. Meanwhile, if you're Graves, oh my goodness, another confident, if not entirely warranted, Light Binding Final Spark combo coming out from the Lux, trying to zero out that Graves. Graves, by the way, is going to go for the more Drain Tank build, has the Immortal Shield Bow and the Merc Treads, plus the Soraka healing will mean that it will be pretty hard for any one of these, or pretty hard for Graves to get bursted out.
I want to see him go the build that was really good at the beginning of the season. You go Bloodthirster second, and then you go Stoneplate and Spirit Visage.
What?
Yeah, it's actually nuts. You never die, and you sit in all of them and soak all the damage. And you have a Soraka healing you too. It's
Right.
it's actually nuts.
Yeah, I think Spear Visage actually would unironically not be a bad second item in this game, given your comp. You have the Soraka healing, you're going to enhance those healings. You have your Shield Bow, which you're going to be lifestealing from. But, alright, Talon going to bump up his damage numbers just a little bit. Kale happy to just farm. Ooh, now Soraka gonna be found out here by the Mumu, gonna be forced to flash. Curse of the Sad Mummy gonna be followed by the the final spark over the top, but that was a lot committed. 80 seconds before Dragon spawns. Amumu was level 11 before that, so he will have Curse of the Sad Mummy available soon after the Dragon spawns, but that was a flash used by the Amumu to pick up a relatively inconsequential Soraka kill in the jungle. Let's see if Chili's Angels decide to overextend here. Meanwhile, if you are Andyland, you should feel relatively confident. Mumu, without the Curse of the Sad Mummy, is basically not a champion. So if Chili's Angels overextend here, based off of the confidence of getting a Soraka pick, could spell disaster for them.
Yeah.
Although Swain overextended, Bandage Toss barely not going to land. Demon Flare going to be used here, but the Live Binding going to come out. Gonna go into stasis. Stopwatch is gonna be used here. Now the Mumu gonna get pulled in. No Curse of the Sad Mummy. How sad are you? Oh my goodness. The final spark not gonna do just enough. And Talon now in the backline with the Gore Drink gonna be living healthily through this. Graves with the collateral damage also able to get a good amount of damage. But Kale is actually gonna back. Okay. Kale gonna back now. Amumu dead as Dragon spawns, and now the Sivir gonna get pulled in by by Swain as well. I don't. Oh no! TP? This Kale should be. Oh my God! How did Kale get away with that TP? Wow! So a crucial mistake, blunder here for Chili's Angels. I think this will be a 20. We have a pair of 23-minute Infernal Dragons this game, ladies and gentlemen, or Infernal Souls tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, that's gonna be Infernal Soul handed over to Andyland.
Oh, that's a huge swing.
Yeah, so all of a sudden that scaling gonna go a little bit out the window here with that extra burst. Now people like Talon and Graves with their Bruiser build still gonna do a ton of damage to the squishy backline here of Chili's Angels. Not all is lost, but if you are Chili's Angels, you have to be really selective now with your team fights. Ooh, gonna be risky. Alright, we're gonna go back to just fucking falling asleep here, by the way. 3-3 in terms of kills, far and away the most non-interactive game we've had thus far in Season 2, ladies and gentlemen. I'm really sorry that you guys have to witness this.
Dude, you know it's uninteractive when FNF has the bounty with 0 kills. She has 2 assists only, and she has a bounty, dude.
Yeah, it's bad.
The kill 010
has a bounty as well. Didn't know that was legal. But now going to be a Baron dance here, potentially started by Andyland. Ooh, bandage onto the Talon, however. Talon going to go immediately invisible, and Kale going to be forced to flash over the wall. Mumu going to be actually hit a decent Curse of the Sad Mummy, but no follow-up just yet. Redemption now going to be used to try to seize the Sivir, but yeah, it's going to be very, very split here. Kale going to go down now, flash in from the Misfortune, and this Infernal Soul going to do way too much. I think despite what looks to be a close game, this will just be one of those slow marches towards the inevitable for Andyland. With the Infernal Soul, with the Soraka, going to have all the confidence in the world to start the very, very risky Baron, actually. Now, though, Talon is here. That Bruiser Talon going to be able to soak up a lot of this Baron damage.
It's alright, dude. Charles has a speech ready in his back pocket to say again once Andyland marches into their base.
Speaking of, I know we talked about this with Charles specifically, but he's greeting out here for the death cap.
Death cap.
Let's check in on his gold here. So 240 gold. So he is approximately 1250 gold away from being relevant in this game. I hate this build so much. Luden's in a death cap. You're basically saying that if you don't hit the death cap within a reasonable amount of time, you're basically just on one item.
Yeah. This and also last fight, Kale's positioning was not very good. Like they leave, they play 4v5 for the entire game to let Kale scale, but then Kale just had wasted TP and then wastes flash and dies there in that fight. I think the positioning is just so important on Kale.
Yeah, I think if you're don't worry we sorry, I keep wanting to say don't worry we scale because this is just don't worry we scale's playstyle to a T. You need to look for proactive Kale ultimates. They used that reactively once Talon came in onto the Sivir, but you're never going to kill Talon with that Bruiser build, which means you want to, you know, use the redemption, maybe even on the Amumu to go in. Give them some confidence and buy time for Sivir and Kale to push forward rather than kite back. You don't want to kite back against the Talon, I feel like, because that's him just doing his job. You need to push forward into this soft underbelly of Andyland. Alright, well, for Andyland, going to be pretty slow and methodical. Never going to land onto the Lux here. Going to be a decent amount of damage with that Infernal Soul. Amumu still just really hasn't found anything in terms of engages, and actually Graves now 2 levels up. Ooh, the Swain did use Hourglass in the bottom lane. I'm pretty sure that was a misclick. And binding, oh, but now, ooh, they're never going to land. But Curse of the Sad Mummy not going to be followed up on here. Swain going to go relatively low, but now going to eat the Soraka healing. And all of a sudden back up to about half HP. No Curse of the Sad Mummy available for the Amumu. Light Binding going to go wide as well. These Light Bindings are absolutely crucial now for Chili's Angels. If they land 1 or 2 onto some crucial members, could give them the start they need, but as it stands, their base is just getting eviscerated with no contest. Max range Light Binding is not going to be the recipe for success either. Then this Kale, at least now, gets a guaranteed lane of farm, but the rest of her team is gold starved here, including this Amumu, who is still on 1.5 items, building towards a Thornmail. Gonna mean that it's not the tankiest Amumu in the world. And the Wambulance out in full effect as well. With Elder Dragon coming up here in 50 seconds, Kale was level 12 at the time, I think, of that Infernal Soul fight. Has only been able to pick up 2 levels in the past 6 minutes. Ooh, Talon though. Okay. But yeah, look at the level leads here for everybody. Swain equal with the Kale, Graves up 2, Talon is equal, Misfortune up 1. So level leads as well as gold leads going to mean this is going to be a very, very hard fight for Chili's Angels. Ooh, Talon recall does get stopped though. But okay, it looks like Lux actually, of all people, going to be stuck farming the base instead of Kale. I don't know about this
TP
one.
too. Oh, Lux is TP.
Yeah, Lux is TP as well, but yeah, this wave is nowhere near getting cleared out, by the way. And a side lane super minion wave is going to be far better at taking Nexus turrets than a mid lane inhibitor. I think they're just going to try to bait out Chili's Angels here and let the minions do the work for Andyland. They know that the more time they can buy here for the minions, and let's look at the damage here. So alright, that minion wave not going to do too much work just yet, but there's a fresh one streaming in. Kale started to recall, but then thought better of it. Now going to start it again, but is recalling on Vision. Sivir now going to go, the go button is pushed here for Chili's Angels, but it will be a pull by Kale. Kale going to be forced to flash away. Sivir going to be very, very dead here, and the redemption going to be used on the Lulu. What the fuck? That's not how you play Kale. Kale going to go down very, very soon here. Graves the double kill. This is just going to be a wipe here for Andyland, and that will be game, ladies and gentlemen, written in the stars. I feel like as soon as that third dragon went down for Andyland will mean that Chili's Angels is undefeated no more. Andyland going to take sole spot at the top of the standings, now 3-0 on the season, and somehow in the most Resident Sleeper game ever we actually see the Nexus explode. GG.
5.8k damage kill.
Goodness gracious. Yeah, we have seen Kale picked multiple times throughout this tournament thus far, but I don't think teams have really recognized how to play it from a micro scale. I genuinely don't think I've seen a good, impactful Kale ultimate in this tournament.
It's not really team. I think just players. I feel like Kale's a very high. You play him almost like an ADC.
Right.
But she's even more short range.
Right.
So it's very hard to
yeah, I think you
navigate
need to
in.
draft a stronger front line too. Galio was banned away there. That would have been a solid mid lane tank for Chili's Angels. Swain was picked away, as we saw. But yes, I feel like Kale just needs a lot heftier front line for her to really get into these fights. Otherwise, we saw there, Mumu wants to dive in and going to expose the Kale, Sivir, Lulu. And dare I say it, Mr. Rahul, it's a bit of a draft kingdom. Anyways, wow, by the way, we're up to 67 viewers. I'm so fucking sad that this is the game where we actually like consistently break 60 viewers, because like I joke about falling asleep on the cast, but like damn.
Yeah, it was a slow one.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it also means I'm not gonna get the stats of this game, but you guys know the deal. You guys saw the game. All right, well, it will be GG to Andyland, 3-0 on the season. Let's get some insights here from Mr. Chunks and Co. All right, I'm gonna drag him in here. Let's get Andy. Hello, Andy. I want to hear from Joshy. I want to hear from Philip. Okay.
Charles.
I mean, we can do
Roger,
without
you didn't-
Charles, but all right,
You didn't
he's
pull me
here.
in, Roger? What the fuck?
Nah, dude, I don't know, man. I don't want to hear from you after that fucking travesty of a game. Okay.
I've been kidnapped.
You've been kidnapped. Okay, so we have the winning team here and the losing captain here as well. But first question, I'm gonna go over to, I guess, either Joshy or Andy, whoever's in charge of the drafts for Andyland. I feel like that was a bit of a draft kingdom. You guys made them ban their own Seraphine and then power picked away the Swain. Give us some insights into your draft planning process.
So honestly, we had two like draft permutations that we were looking at, one in which they ban Seraphine and one in which they don't. And either way we had something winning, but we really wanted them to ban Seraphine so that we could get Swain and they get nothing.
Yeah.
And that's what happened.
That's exactly what happened. Meanwhile, for Andy, was it the friendship difference there, you think, in that game?
Yeah, I think Charles's speech really galvanized my team, and we came together. It was the extra motivation we needed.
Charles is that third imposter, it would appear, sabotaging his team by motivating the other team here, at least according to Andy. All right, Philip, I want to talk to you more so because you have a bit of a fan club brewing here in Twitch chat. Do you have anything you want to say to Sexy Hagrid 6969? I assume you know about the Paw Pussy Posse.
Yeah.
What do you have to say to your posse here?
Well, you can just DM me, add me on League. You know, maybe we can duo queue or something. You know, just let me know.
Okay, so Paw, a little bit thirsty. Someone needs to help him find his way to the water bowl, apparently. Sexy Hagrid 6969, feel free to slide into his DMs. Also, we have, I think there are 3 people. My cat is a pro gamer and Princess Handjob. Oh no, and also Rear Donk. Alright, so take your pick. Rear Donk, Princess Handjob. Sorry, I completely spaced out. Sexy Hagrid 69.
Sexy
Whatever,
Hagrid 69.
whatever,
Yeah.
man. You take your pick of the litter. No pun intended.
No. Yeah, I'm just
shout
happy
out,
people.
Yeah, Paw on League of Legends. Okay, get at him. All right. Unfortunately, Charles, that will end your undefeated run in Season 2, but still should be proud of your team. 4-1 on the season. Technically still the leader in terms of wins, although Andyland is not far behind now, 3-0 compared to your 4-1. What are you guys going to look forward to now that you guys have actually tasted some adversity? Charles?
I'm looking forward to the team learning some hard lessons from this game and progressing as players and as teammates. I think that Andy's team played really well, especially Francis. I want to shout out Francis. Like, holy shit, there was at least twice where like I was about to pop somebody and like Francis, like, I don't know, he like flash shield or did something and like the person didn't die. Oh my god, that get me so hard. And then Joshi with the Draft Kingdom was also really good. Yeah, I think our own draft master Rahul was not quite expecting that comp. So good job all around. Hopefully we can improve and crush you guys next time. Fuck you up the ass.
Wow. Okay.
Are you gonna have a speech for us again next time?
You'll see it. You'll see.
Okay. I look forward to it.
I might even make it original.
Now, real quick, is the threat of sodomy TOS?
In a video game.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. Just add that. Say that again, just so we don't.
We're gonna fuck Andy's team up their asses in League of Legends.
In the video game. Sounds good. Sounds good. All right. Well, thank you to both teams, to both captains, and some team members here from Andyland. GG. Meanwhile, for the rest of the viewers here, this will bring week 2 of season 2 of the Do It Big Invitational to a close. But don't you worry, still 8 more weeks coming at you. I had to take a look at the schedule. I'm not 100% sure what the schedule for week 3 is gonna be, but as soon as I have that ironed out, I will update my Twitch description. Okay, so make sure that you hit that follow button so that you know when we go live. I'll usually start the stream about 20 minutes before the games. And look forward to seeing you all back here again. We consistently broke the 60 viewer mark, I think, despite that fucking Resident Sleeper of a game.
What? That was a masterclass of macro.
I mean, it sure was. I feel like that was like LS's perfect game, but I mean, from a viewer perspective, you know, I was like, I might just put that on as I fall asleep tonight. You know, that's gonna be like my white noise at this point. But anyways, so thank you guys for tuning in. If you liked what you heard, but probably not what you saw, please tell your friends, family, maybe even your pets. Have them join the Paw Pussy Posse. So, can I say that? Is that TOS too? Fuck it. It's a Pussy Posse in a video game, right? So we're all good. Okay. But yeah, thank you again, ladies and gentlemen. We will be back at you throughout the week for week 3. Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. Please come out and support your favorite teams as they vie for the title of doing it the biggest in the Do It Big Invitational. All right.
GG Andyland.
GG. All right. Say goodnight to
good game,
Twitch chat,
Charles.
everybody. Say goodnight to Twitch chat, everybody. Or not.
See you, Twitch chat. Good night.
Bye.
Bye, Twitch chat.